Ocala. Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
There you go. So treat you right. Matt Gibbs and his guys over at Sunrise. Any lady mechanics ever work for you? Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Good morning, Larry. No.
Never had a lady mechanic?
No, never had a lady mechanic.
You have ladies working with you, though, in the office.
In the office.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the time where your car questions can be asked and answered. The show is called Auto Repair with Personal Care. Matt Gibbs is your host. Thank you, Caroline. Matt Gibbs is your host. He's the owner of Sunrise Automotive and Crossroad Auto Sales, both of which I am a consumer, whatever you say. The phone number to call Matt during this show is the same as all the other locally produced shows here, 622-9622. Matt will take your questions, and do not worry if you're changing the subject. We want you to ask your questions. So yesterday I got my vehicle registered because February is my birth month.
Ah.
Yeah, so yes, I waited till the last day.
You did, didn't you?
And I went to the one in Jade Plaza, what is it called?
Yes.
And it was no pain. It was good.
It was good?
Easy. Yeah.
Good. You had a good experience at the DMV.
Yeah, and I was thinking about the experience you had with my vehicle registration.
That was an awful experience, but it wasn't because of the DMV.
And well, good thing I had the one you gave me, because otherwise I couldn't have gotten the new one, right?
Right. That's right.
So now I feel like it's officially my problem.
100%.
It's not mine yet, but it's my problem. It's a nice car. It's just a nice car.
Works good for you, doesn't it?
Did you see the story about the retrofitting the older vehicles to be the? I know this is a sore subject with you. You don't like this. The crash protection technology. Did you see they're going to retrofit some of them now? Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
I was wondering if you would be doing that. And what would you do? Put like a sensor on the front of my car?
I have no idea. But you have. But yours is already.
I have
set
that.
Up. Yes.
Anti-crash technology?
Oh, you don't have anti-crash technology. You have crash technology.
What is that? You mean the anti-lock brakes?
Well, you have anti-lock brakes, but then you have your airbags.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is crash technology.
That is crash technology. Anti-crash technology. Is like that radar thing they've got going or something.
I don't know. Yeah, we'd probably get involved in something.
You'll be
like
doing that. I bet you that's coming around the corner and you don't know it yet.
I remember back in 1985, 1986. It was 1985 when they came out with the third brake light, the light in the back of the window.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of those we installed. I installed thousands on cars prior to 1985. People were coming in, and we sold these little kits, and we included that in there.
That me or you?
That was me.
Let me ask you this. Vehicle inspections are no longer a law in Florida.
Right.
Okay. But if a highway patrolman pulls you over, it's his prerogative to do a vehicle inspection. And if you fail the inspection, you can get cited for that.
Yes.
Okay. So do you do vehicle inspections? Could I just take my car to you and say, do whatever they would have done back in the years when they did it?
We would even do a lot more extensive checking. We do it all the time. We do it every day. And the only thing that we're not going to get into, which we never did get into in the state of Florida, was emissions. We don't have the emissions laws like in California and some of the other states, to where you have to connect a car to a Ford gas analyzer and monitor the hydrocarbons and nitrogens and oxygens and carbon monoxide and all the things that that they do out west. But we have several dealers here in town that I pretty much handpicked, that we do what we call it a PDI. It's a pre-delivery inspection for the dealers. So if they go to an auction or they buy a car off the street or whatever, they buy that car, they send it to us, and we do this extensive check And we check everything from all the bulbs and the wiper blade operations, the seat belts. We make sure all the seat belts.
Oh, really? That's good to know. Yeah.
And we do that on our own cars whenever I go and purchase a car to put on our lot. And then we have customers that come in, and a lot of them are companies. We do a lot of maintenance and service for a lot of different companies, like Currington Contracting. That's the first one that popped in my head. We maintain their fleet of vehicles, and once a year we do this PDI, this vehicle inspection, on every one of their vehicles.
Okay. So in the old vehicle inspection stations, you used to have to drive in and then slam on your brakes.
Right.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. Do you do that? I mean, would I do that at your garage, or would you just do it? You're the one who slams on the brakes.
Well,
right?
no. We always test drive everything, so we would go out and get a normal feel for your brakes.
How did that work? It just pulled on something?
I was pretty young. I think I was only 16, 17
when it's been that long?
left. Yeah. And what are you saying? I'm that old? I am 50 years old, so it's been a while since we've had.
Is it really? I can't remember. But I remember having to. Do you know what I remember? I remember people would change their tires with a friend. Just put the new tires on, and then get the inspection, then get back home, and then just put the tires back. Let's switch the tires.
I'm sure there was a lot of that stuff going on.
Yeah.
But
do you know I got a ticket once for an expired inspection sticker?
Well, that means you didn't do what the law says to do.
No. Let me explain. I worked for the state of Florida, and the state vehicle, had an expired inspection sticker, and I was driving the state vehicle out near to Moss Bluff in that area, and I got pulled over. Inspection sticker, because it was a yellow one and it should have been a red one or whatever. And I said, "This isn't my car. This is a state vehicle. Doesn't matter. It's your responsibility." I said, "You're kidding me." Yeah, that's the way it was. Not anymore.
Did you get paid back your money that you had to pay?
There's a long story about that.
That's another show.
The answer is I was fined for that.
Okay.
And so no, technically I did not.
Huh.
My boss gave me some extra hours or something like that.
To make up the difference.
Yeah. But
sometimes I wish we did have inspections. Maybe not the way we did it before.
Yeah.
But I think that I see a lot of cars driving.
In a way, I think we should too. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of cars that have one headlight.
Right.
And that was a violation.
Right. And it still is.
And it's a hazard if you have bad windshield wipers. What else did they inspect? I can't remember. They inspected the horn. You had to blow your horn.
Right.
The headlights had to be aimed correctly.
Yep.
And I don't think a highway patrolman can do that on the street, can he? He can't just look at that and say unless it's real obvious.
Right. And I don't know if you get pulled over if your headlights are not aimed properly or not.
I bet they would if it was crazy.
If it was really bad, I guess.
Aiming at everybody's face as you're driving down the road. That's good to know, because I've often thought of that, just going to you and saying, just do a vehicle inspection like the old days, in addition to the oil change and the other things that you do when you service a car, because I need to do that with you. I need to come in.
And we'll do it.
I just need to get there early enough.
You just need to get there.
I do get there, but when I get there, you say, "What was the word you used? Dude?" I said, "Can I get my oil changed?" And you said, "Dude," and I knew what that meant. It meant, no, not today. Good morning. You're on the air with Mac.
Good morning. The inspection is great, but in the state of Pennsylvania, they had the state inspection, but the garages, like his garage, would be a licensed inspection station, and you'd have to take it in to get your inspection. Well, then what was happening is some of these garages are not as upright as your guy here, but they would be looking for other things and telling people they had to change this, and this, and it becomes sometimes a scam. So, but I think every vehicle should be inspected every year, because for safety, he's right. There's cars on the road that they're ready. Turn the wheel to the right and the car goes to the left.
Yeah.
Thanks for the show.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Lots of sunshine on this Tuesday with a high of 79 to 83. Partly cloudy Tuesday night, lows in the mid-50s in a few inland spots, about 61 at the coast. Times of clouds and sunshine and warm for Wednesday, the high 77 to 81. Thursday, more the same. Partly sunny, high 77 to 81. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure. Black Cow.
Beautiful Moments Party Rental presents the Ocala Wedding and Events Expo 2016 on March 3rd. This event has caterers, photographers, florists, musicians, plus food, fun, and more. Brides, bring your bridesmaids and friends alike. 100% of the ticket sales goes to the Inflammatory Breast Cancer Network Foundation, and they're only $15 each. So mark your calendars for March 3rd from 5 to 8:30 p.m. for the Ocala Wedding and Events Expo at Beautiful Moments Party Rentals, 3400 Southwest 60th Avenue. Questions, call 307-8180. That's 307-8180.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows. No matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years. And how it will be for generations to come.
Call George Mankin Insurance in Ocala today, 352-732-3191. 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Matt Gibbs is here. We're talking about, well, during the break we weren't talking about cars, but on the air we're talking about cars. We're talking about human bodies on the other side of the show here. So inspections seems to be the topic of the day. What would you inspect in addition to what they normally did? You wouldn't do the emissions. Would you inspect, like if I was going on a road trip, would you inspect the hoses and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that type of a state type inspection, what we want to look at is safety related items, brakes, exhaust,
right?
Suspension, and we had a caller right before we went to the break, and my dad lived in Texas, and in Texas they kind of had the same thing to where you went into a service station or a repair facility, and they did the inspection for the state, and that would be an issue, I think, if we, the garages, were the ones doing the inspections. I would hope that they would kind of, get some, that we would have to, we as shop owners would have to go through some type of a background check, checking to see if we've had, issues against us, maybe the DMV or Better Business Bureau or stuff like that, because he is right, and that would be a concern for me as a shop owner, would be that my guys are not tilted or pulled in a certain direction.
Oh gosh, Matt, that is so important, because there are crooked people in every industry, in every business, absolutely. And we all are suspect when we take our cars to a garage.
Absolutely.
That's why when we find a mechanic that we trust, we stick with them. That's why. I mean, right there, trust you to know what you're doing, plus trust you to be honest with us
Right.
about whatever the problem is.
And that's that's probably the biggest attribute I could say about our company. That's I mean, there's times that we struggle fixing stuff, that we have to learn how to do something or whatever, or I might have to go buy a piece of tool or equipment.
Yeah.
I'm not scared to do those kind of things. But the biggest thing that we really pride ourselves on is honesty and integrity and having character.
Sure, sure.
And I remember years ago, another radio station here in town was going around to businesses soliciting Christmas ads.
Uh-huh.
And one of the ways that they would solicit was that they already had an ad already made up for you to listen to.
Oh, okay.
So the salesman would come in and say, hey, it's Christmas time. We can play this ad. It costs X amount of dollars. We'll play it X amount of times.
Right.
And I remember when they came into my office and they played the ad and they segregated people. We were going to talk to our friends and our family and then our customers, and then you know what I'm saying, and wish them all a Merry Christmas. And my response, I didn't do the ad because my response at the time was, why are you saying that my customers are different than my family?
Yeah.
That didn't sit well with me. We try to treat everybody the same and everybody equal, regardless of who they are.
Do they still make Cordovan tires, or was that a brand name? Or was that a local company? What was that on the boulevard? There was Cordovan tires. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was just the name of their tire store, and they sold different brands.
But they were the same fabric that you're made out of. I mean, they were honest. They were real. It was a really dependable place. And I wasn't trying to give a plug to I don't think they're around anymore.
I don't think so either.
But do you remember them by chance?
Yes.
Because you had a garage just half a mile from, if not even a half mile probably, from them.
And there are several. I do not get on this show every week and say I'm the only shop in town that does these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
it was too many cars. You couldn't do everybody.
Right, exactly. And I know some. I've helped put in business some of the shops here in town.
Yeah.
These guys have worked for me somewhere down the line, and they left me and opened up their own garages, and they're great guys. And so there's but on the flip side, there's a lot of garages in town that do take advantage of people. I see it all. I won't say it. I see it every day, but I see it several times a week.
Those undercover news shows will reveal those kinds of garages.
Well, yeah, I actually got hit up by a West TV2 at one point. I was working at the dealership at the time, and a car came in and it was running really bad, and it was given to me. I was working at the dealership at the time, and it was given to me. And they had a
hidden camera?
They had the hidden cameras.
Oh, no.
And
did you see something, did you say, what is that? That's not usually in an engine. It looks like a camera.
No. They had it in a place where it was actually inside the camera, and they had it positioned where when you had the hood up, it would shine. You could see me under the hood through like the driver's seat, sitting in the car, and but it turned out that what was wrong with the car is that they wanted spark plugs. It was an Oldsmobile, and it was an 8-cylinder Oldsmobile, and it came in running on 7 cylinders, and I isolated which cylinder was missing. And I pulled a spark plug because I wanted to see if it was cracked or, check the spark plug wire.
Right.
And I pulled the spark plug out, and the electrode, you got to gap the spark plug. It was smashed shut.
Okay. And they did that on purpose.
They did that on purpose. Now, not realizing that this was, it wasn't a scam, but
they were testing you.
They were testing me.
Right.
Not realizing that, I looked at it and I said, well, how did the spark plug get squashed?
Yeah, right.
That's not going to happen all by itself.
Right.
Something had to cause that spark. So I took the spark plug, and the customer was waiting in the waiting room. So I went and got the customer, and I brought him out in the shop, and I said, "This is what's wrong with your car. Your spark plug is shut." I said, "Now what I want to do is I got to find out why is it shut." So I said, I'm going to re-gap it. I'm going to open it back up, and I'm going to put it back in the cylinder. We're going to make sure everything runs okay. But I'm really concerned of how that thing got shut.
Wow.
And so that's when the guy told me, he says, you can go ahead and re-gap the spark plug and put it back in, and it will run fine. And I said, well, how do you know? And then he explained to me, I'm from West TV2.
Oh, my goodness. So you passed the test.
And he said, I think we were the 21st shop that he went to. And out of the 21 shops that he went to, 18 of them told him he needed a new engine.
That's sad.
That's sad.
That's not good. Well, that's why when you find a good one, you got to stick with them.
But you want to know when they
did they put that on the air?
When they played it on the air, they exposed the 18 shops that said that he needed a new engine, but they only said that there was 5 shops that did.
And they didn't show you?
No, they didn't show us, nor did they tell us, nor did they tell anybody.
Right.
So you would have thought that they would have promoted the people that were honest.
Yeah.
And maybe people would go to those folks. You know what I'm
Channel 2, when they used to have an office
here, I think
here
it was TV 20 back in the
20,
day.
okay.
20.
Okay. Well, 2 used to have an office here. WESH used to have an office in the brick building on the boulevard, right there by the square.
But that was my story of when.
Well, that's a great story, and that doesn't surprise me that that's how you handled that. So did your boss give you a raise or a day off or a cup of coffee or anything?
No. No, because to be honest with you, where I worked, anything less than that wasn't tolerated.
Well, good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good organization.
So if I would have done anything...
So who was that? You should say that. Otherwise, you're doing the same thing WESH did.
Say that again?
Since you said that it was a good employer and a trustworthy company, who was the company? Can you say? Do you want to say?
Yeah, at the time it was Lyle's Motors.
Oh yes, yeah, they were good people. They're not around anymore either, are they?
No, Gator is kind of retired now.
Yeah,
enjoying life.
Yeah.
But it was the Oldsmobile GMC dealership here in town.
But sometimes you know, don't you? Because if you know the people, sometimes you know. Okay, I know this guy's not going to do me wrong.
Right.
You know, you just somehow you know them, but you don't. Who do you know? Especially if you're in another town and you break down.
Right. And we get a lot of that because we're so close to the interstate.
Yeah. We're just about done here. Okay, so I'm going to come in and get my car inspected because I have a road trip. We're going all the way to Palm Beach.
Oh, that's not that far.
It's good. Hey, it's something for me.
That's nice up in that area, though.
Yeah. What do we have? Oh, we have a museum gig we're doing down there.
You and Robin?
Yeah.
Gigging it up at the
strolling
museum.
around, doing music at some kind of I don't know what they're doing now, but
awesome.
Kind of fun.
Well, we'll get your Buick Rendezvous ready to make a short road trip.
I think there's a Wednesday. Oh, you don't come in on Wednesday. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say you would have been sitting here with Dan and Joe because they'll be sitting in for us on. Well, the day that we're going to Palm Beach is after we're done here.
Oh,
but the day before we're going to Daytona for another gig at a school, and that'll be the day Dan and Joe see it, but it's a Wednesday.
Okay.
So if you did your show on Wednesday, you would have Dan and Joe to have fun with. Well, Matt, what is your... okay, stop. Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
You can reach me at 352-690-1993.
That's what I want to ask. There you go. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
We'll take a break. Be right back.
Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. Will treat you right.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Lots of sunshine this Tuesday with a high of 79 to 83. Partly cloudy Tuesday night, lows in the mid-50s and a few inland spots, about 61 at the coast. Times of clouds and sunshine and warm for Wednesday, the high 77 to 81. Thursday, more the same. Partly sunny, high 77 to 81. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Presidential hopefuls are keeping up attacks as they push for last-minute votes Super Tuesday. Donald Trump on Fox and Friends this morning.
Little Marco Rubio, let me tell you, he's been a disaster for Florida. Doesn't show up to vote, never even shows up to vote. He's got the highest miss record in the United States Senate.
Trump also slamming Senator Ted Cruz from Texas, saying he's done nothing for that state. Rubio calling Trump's views of the world dangerous.
He has not even a fundamental understanding of the defense needs of this country. He didn't know what the nuclear triad was.
Speaking to Greta Van Susteren on Fox's On the Record, the president meeting with Senate Republican leaders on filling the Supreme Court vacancy left by Justice Scalia. And we now know what the will of Osama bin Laden says. The Al-Qaeda leader claiming he had about $29 million in personal wealth and that he wanted the bulk of it to be used on jihad. Fox News, we report, you